Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tim Hart, branch manager of Van Dyke Mortgage here in Fort Myers, Florida. Welcome to an episode of the Heartbeat Show podcast. Today, I got from my wife's alma mater and her current employer, the head football coach at Bishop Verot High School, and his 9-month-old son, Bear, Coach John Mohring. Coach, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you as well. I heard a lot of great things about you, so I'm glad you came on. Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, right. Better than the bad stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't want to hear any bad stuff about me.
Yeah, we got your nine. If you're listening, if you're watching on video, obviously we see the 9-month-old there. So that's your first son, right?
First son, me and my wife married 2 years. He's 9 months old, and she's at work tonight, so I got daddy daycare.
Yeah, I like it, man. Multitasking. He's a big kid already, so he's ready to rock. Hey, so I wanted to bring you on. This will add some flavor to the podcast, so it's good to go. Don't worry. I really want to bring you on to. I normally do a podcast with the News Press guys about the upcoming season, and I think because they have their own, maybe they don't hear from, they don't want to come on anymore or whatever. But I thought it'd be cool to hear from you, man. Head football coach during a crazy, probably the craziest time ever to be a football coach. Would you maybe say?
Well, being it's my first year as a head coach, I've definitely been challenged with some obstacles, but we've gotten through fairly unscathed, I think. I mean, we managed the COVID, and the coaches did a great job. I have a great coaching staff here at Verot, so it's a team effort, and the kids really responded well. So we've been challenged, but we've made it. We're here, almost game day.
Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to ask you is how are your players? So how are your players dealing with this, with like during practices and just their lives in general? How are they doing?
Well, I hate to say it's the new normal because I don't like that term, but
Me neither.
at first, obviously it was, hey guys, get your masks up, all the things that a normal parent would say, and you have 37 kids on the team, they're all have different beliefs, and whether mask or no mask, you're just trying to, stress the importance to them of, hey, this is for our season. We got to do what we got to do. We might not like it, but, if we want to play football, these are just the sacrifices we have to make. And they've kind of embraced that over the last few months. And, now it kind of is the new normal. I mean, it's just mask up, practice, bring your own water bottles, all things like that. It's just, unfortunately, the new norm for them.
Do they have to wear masks during the practice?
Most of the kids wear the gaiters, and I don't think they wear them underneath their helmet because it's 97 degrees out. But when we call the kids up in a big group, everybody kind of pulls their gaiter up just out of respect.
Gotcha. And so for you coaching that, well, that's funny stuff, man. Don't worry at all. So for you coaching though, like this is you said it's your first year. So like, is it, what are the things what's made it so much more tougher for you?
Well, really, it's been a smooth transition. I mean, the whole transition with Josh and I between, head coach and switching roles. We were best friends. We were high school best friends. So for him, it was more, he wanted to run his business and focus on that. And for me, I work at the school. I'm with the kids all day, every day. And I think Josh just realized all the time and energy I was putting into it and thought that I deserved to be the head coach. So for him, I mean, not many people you can say would do something like that nowadays. And it speaks to the kind of character and kind of guy he is.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife about that. Like, what you don't see that type of humility, or someone that I don't know what the right word I'm looking for is, but to be able that gracious and understanding to say like, hey, you would serve us better, and than I would. Maybe is that kind of what it was?
Yeah, I mean, basically. I mean, he's one of my best friends. I mean, we hang out outside of work. Probably be hanging out tonight. We all we do is hang out and talk football. It's just the kind of the relationship we have. And, he came to me at the year before last and was like, hey, this might be my last. Between me and him, it was something that was in the works.
Yeah.
For me, it was always, I played pro football. I coached college football. It was always been an aspiration to be a head coach eventually. And, he knew that if I wasn't the head coach here, I'd probably go somewhere else. So he said, hey, let's just keep this band together and I'll step down, and I'd rather be an OC anyway.
So let's get into this upcoming season for Verot. Last year, I got to watch a lot of games, especially, man, shout out to your Facebook Live crew that they do such a great job putting those games out there for the fan that can't, especially this year, you know, to be able to put that stuff out there. They do a great job with that. Whoever's running that.
We're truly blessed. You know, Coach B and Miss Matevia, they've done a great job with the not VNN, but the Verot Live crew. And, you know, last year was kind of our first year doing it. And it was kind of, you know, all the kids were learning the way way around the system. And this year, I mean, I went and did a coach's show last night, and it's night and day. I mean, it's like a full production unit now.
That's cool, man. I love it. I enjoy
with COVID, you know, we're limited to what we can, the fans and stuff. So, I mean, it couldn't have happened at a better time, you know, for us. And we get to live stream all our games now. So, you know, family or anybody around the world can watch it.
Yeah, and y'all's playoff stuff in last year, I mean, that thing was loaded with people watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all had an amazing season last year. I mean, great season. So what's your expectations for this year?
Our expectations are always high here. I mean, when we came in, you know, whether I was a head coach or not, Josh and I have very similar philosophies. And, you know, if we can be playing at Thanksgiving, you know, it's a win. That's our goal. That's going to be our goal every year, is be playing at Thanksgiving.
But what does playing at Thanksgiving mean? That's just in the playoffs?
That means we're probably in the second or third round of the playoffs. And, you know, once you get that far, it's a roll of the dice anyway. You don't know who you're going to get. There's some powerful teams out in Miami. You know, but we feel like if we have a chance to be in every game, and if we can get that far, then we're just happy for that.
Okay. So not just in the playoffs, but deep into the playoffs.
Well, it just worked out that the last 2 years we made it to the regional final game, and both those are right around Thanksgiving. So we're practicing on Thanksgiving or playing on Thanksgiving. So regional finals is right around that Thanksgiving time. Final Four would be the week after. So
I'm just laughing.
That's our goal.
Okay. Your bear is crawling all over you. It's hilarious. Hey, so tell us a few about the players you got. Who are the who are the breakout players we should keep an eye on this year?
I mean, the paper asked me the same question the other day, and I asked, how much time do you have? Because we're just loaded at every position.
Wow, all right.
We have Jacob Azizi, 3-year, almost 4-year starter. You know, he came in at the end of his freshman year and started the last 2 games as a freshman, and he's just grown along the way, and he's poised to have a great year. Keon Anderson transferred in. He's one of the best running backs in Fort Myers, at least Southwest Florida. Carson Powers, probably the best tight end in Lear Collier. Got Malik Curtis, who is unbelievable. Veteran O-line. We have three of 5 starters are returning 2 to 3-year starters. I mean, you talk about every position on the offense is just stacked.
Nice.
And then the defense, I feel like I do a good job of the defense is taking good athletes and putting them in the right position. And, my whole thing on defense is just do your job and run to the ball and tackle well. If we can do those things and our offense can be explosive, we'll be all right.
I got you. So what are some of the games you got circled on your schedule this year that we need to keep an eye out for?
Well, one of the things in the past, a lot of the area teams have, kind of knocked us for not playing a hard schedule. So last year we really put an emphasis on playing some hard teams. Played University School, Tampa Catholic, American Heritage. This year we wanted to up it a little bit more. So we scheduled Tampa Jesuit coming down tomorrow night. We have American Heritage second game, Lakeland Christian, who went to the Final Four, and Chaminade Madonna, who won the state championship in 3A. Those are our first 4 games. So we're going to be tested right out the gate. We don't have any real warm-up games or cupcake games on this schedule.
Do you like it like that?
I do, especially in a year where, everybody makes the playoffs. I said, let's just challenge our boys let's see what they can do. Let's I hate when you never know when you have a team and you hit that first game and you're like, oh, well, we're a lot better than we thought we were, and then you have some games that are just kind of fluff games and you don't really test your players. I mean, I think our players are going to have to be up for every game this year.
Yeah.
Or teams are going to exploit us.
I got you. So how did you say that one? Shamalama what?
Shamanad, I can't even get me all flustered. Shamanad Madonna. I start stuttering when I think about them.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go Shamanad Madonna. Like, dude, that's hard. I never heard of that. Well, so you mentioned about you and Coach Vogelbach. I wanted to know about that. And then I would two last things and let's get going there. What advice would you give to like middle schoolers and stuff that are going to maybe be wanting to play high school football? Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely is get involved with one of these local Pop Warner teams. Obviously, to get better, you have to play the game, and just go out there and play football in the backyard. You wouldn't believe kids these days. Like, we're in practice, and I'm like, hey, let's just run a reverse to the scout team, and they're like, what's that, coach? Like, common sense stuff that we did growing up. Like, get out there and play football.
Yeah.
Play with your friends in the neighborhood, and learn the game. Watch football. Watch some NFL guys. Get a college team. Watch the game and try to develop your skills that way.
Where'd you go? Georgia Southern?
I went to Georgia Southern, yes.
Yeah. I'm a diehard Florida Gator fan. So when Georgia Southern beat them a few years ago, that was brutal.
They didn't even throw a pass. That was the big
thing. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That was beat down. Were you involved in that?
I was not. I graduated college in 2006.
Yeah, okay.
So that was a little bit after me, but I was proud Georgia Southern alum that day.
God, in Gainesville too. That was brutal. So last thing, man, what's your favorite coaching memory so far?
Ooh, there's been a couple. The one that really stands out to me was American Heritage, our second year, so 2 years ago. The year before, our first year here, we were just trying to get our boys to buy into the culture and the system. And there was a stretch there at the end of the season. We lost to American Heritage, Cypress Lake, and one of the other teams. Anyway, we lost a combined like 150 to nothing. So for us, that was kind of humiliating as coaches to be blanked on the scoreboard and to let up 50 points. So our second year, early in the season, American Heritage came to us, and we beat them 5-3. And everybody thought it was like a hockey score or something like that. But just seeing the boys, I feel like that game was a turn in this whole program. Like, that was the day that our boys believed that, hey, we're here with the big boys, and we can hang, and we got some confidence. And then we kind of went on a roll, and we've been pretty strong ever since.
Very cool. Well, you mentioned, so like maybe this would be because I'm in business. How did you shift the culture like that? Like, how did you take them? Because they had not a good run for a long time.
Yeah.
And then you guys came in and you said it right before this. You shifted the culture. How did you do that?
Well, I don't know if you knew this, but Josh and I both went to Verot. Most of our staff is from Verot. We all graduates of Verot. Either we played at Verot or they had kids that went to Verot. That's probably 90% of our staff. So we know what it's like. We won when we were here, and then there was that dry spell where they kind of did pretty bad for years. But we knew it takes hard work, lifting, bringing the team together, and holding each other accountable, holding the team accountable to a higher standard. One of the quotes or sayings we use around here is raise the standard. Everything we're doing around here is trying to raise the standard. If you're not raising the standard, you're not making this team better, just get out of the way. So we're trying to do that. I try to lead by example. I mean, I'm always the first one here, last one to leave. I'm watching who knows how many hours of film each week. So the kids see that and they're like, all right, well, coach is doing his part. I got to do my part. And that's not just me. That's our whole coaching staff. I mean, they're here, I feel like 24/7 working with these kids.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Not only lead by example, you also did an entire interview holding your son too, who shout out to Bear. Well behaved. Good job, Bear. Good job, buddy.
You get some cookies and milk after this one.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Coach, good luck the rest of the season, man. Look forward to rooting for you guys. If y'all want to watch Verot live, right, on Facebook?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you're on Twitter too. They okay to follow you there?
Yeah, Coach. I think it's Coach Mohring or at Coach Mohring.
I'll put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it
all
in the
right.
description for you, man. I got you covered.
Okay.
All right, Coach. Anything else you want to talk about, or are you good, man?
I appreciate it. I got to get ready for Jesuit now.
All right, brother. Good luck tomorrow night, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
See you, Coach. Bye-bye.